Welcome to our 5-acre homestead here in North Minnesota. Well, you could call it a homestead, you could call it a hobby farm. It is still active, although we are downsizing. Pretty much what we have left is the 3 rather large gardens, and you can make that out by the green vegetation amongst the brown grass, because we are in the midst of a pretty severe drought. One of only 2 that we've experienced since we lived here, but this too shall pass. Anyway, the outbuildings that you see here used to house our goats, our turkeys, our rabbits, and we still have a sizable flock of chickens, but I'm trying to talk Candy into downsizing them as well. You can see we do still have a pretty large greenhouse, and all of our gardens and our greenhouse are still operational. But as we get up there in years, we are downsizing. And one of the main reasons that we want to downsize is the purchase of this 2005 Kodiak. It's a C4500. It's got the 6.6 liter Duramax diesel in it. And on its back is an Arctic Fox 990, a 2013 model. And we store it under this canopy here we had built many years ago. In fact, when we first moved in, this was one of the first things that we had built. The vehicle appears in pretty good shape. Like I said, it is a 2005, and it's got about 106,000 miles on it. And we purchased both these items used from the same person. And it came pretty much equipped as you see it, with the exception of the red side rails that I had made and installed, which you can see in previous videos. But anyway, our channel here is mostly going to consist of what we're doing with the remainder of our homestead, because we do experience some pretty harsh winters, and I don't think we'll be driving the Kodiak around in such weather. But in the spring, summer, and falls, I think we'll be quite busy, and we'll be exploring quite extensively the state of Minnesota, largely because there's just so much that we haven't seen yet. So we invite you to come along and share in our adventures, if you want to call them that. And there you have it. This is our home base. This is our home base for our adventure mobile. And we have a full hookup station. I was smart enough when I first moved here many years ago. We used to have a 5th wheel camper here, and I wanted, we have a small house, so I wanted a place for guests to stay when they come visit. So we had the 5th wheel camper, which we no longer have. And one of the very first things that I did was make a full hookup station. Now we have water. We have a well right there. And that's the hose we use. We have 50, a 30, and a 110. Outlet just exactly like you'd see at any campground, no different. And it's plugged into 30 amp right now. And we have our septic system, which we have a broken lid, but we have a septic system, a full septic, that we maintain, have pumped every 5 years, or however. I think it's every 5 years, but that's how we do it. Every 3 years for the house, every 5 years for the camper. And so we don't ever have to worry about dumping our tanks or finding a place to dump our tanks when we're on our way back from a trip, which is nice, you know. And generally speaking, we're not really gone long enough to where we have to dump tanks between trips, so we just come home and empty our tanks. But yeah, this is the canopy that I had built, because the biggest threat, I think, to campers these days is the sun, not the rain. It's the sun. The sun just beats down and just, I think, that's what wears your camper roof out. So yeah, I wanted it undercover, especially for the harsh winter months that we face up here in North Minnesota. And, you know, it sort of became a catch-all for projects that we're working on in the spring, summer months. And that, you know, we tend to leave things that we're working on, try to get fixed. Like, for example, here's my little ice fishing tent. I got a few holes in it from some rodents when I left it over at a friend's house, or actually it was a relative's house. You know who you are. Anyway, some mice chewed some holes in it, so I got it out. I'm going to do some repairs to it with a patch kit, canvas patch kit I got off Amazon. Plus, you got the adventure kayak. I was going to thinking about maybe fabricating, you know, much like I did those racks, like that. An area where I could maybe just carry the kayak somehow, I don't know, or maybe get some more portable, get smaller kayaks or the foldable kind, like I talked about in a previous video. But we have my gasoline stations, you know, I built cages for them, keep them locked up. You know, with the price of gas these days, can't be too careful, right? But anyway, we're getting ready to head out in a nutshell. So we'll let you know where we're going in just a few. Hi, honey.
Well, hello to you.
Where are we going?
We are going to the Charles A. Lindbergh State Park, Minnesota State Park. It also has a home, his childhood home there we're going to visit, and another historical house down the street. It has the Mississippi River on there. It's got about a 2.5 and also 6-mile hiking trails. A lot of overlooks, so that'll be fun. It's close. It's in Little Falls, Minnesota. And most of us know who Charles Lindbergh was. He was the first solo nonstop pilot, the Spirit of St. Louis airplane. I think it was even a homemade one. I'm not quite sure on that fact, but it was the first solo transatlantic flight from New York to Paris. One had been done previous, but this was the first solo one. And if my memory serves me right, I haven't really researched it, but I believe his child was also kidnapped and never recovered years ago. That wasn't up here. This is childhood home as far as I know. But anyway, that's what we're out to do. We're gonna have a good time.
See, learn something new every day. I didn't know any of that stuff. But there's my bike. I got a bike. I'll never be without a bike again. This I can tell you. Did I mention I took the back seat out and got my bicycle back there? I'm not walking unless I'm hiking this time around. Anyway, we made it. Got it all set up, nice and level. You can see the leaves are starting to fall already. Anyway, right by the creek. Although I don't expect you're going to catch any fish in this. There's no water in there. Let's have a look out by the road here. It's nice and private, that's for sure. This is the woodiest campground that we've had. Yeah.